What's good, YouTube? In this video, we are going to be talking about how to play Seer for ranked arenas. Now, Seer is an overpowered legend. When I say he's overpowered, I mean he is top tier. He is a legend that is frustrating to go against, but you love to have him on your team. This is going to be a good video, you guys. This is going to be one of the best guides I think that I have on this channel. I've done a lot of guides on different legends, and this Seer guide is going to be up there as one of the best, if not the best guides that I have for you guys. All three of his abilities are good. You know, that's very rare in legends. Not all three of their abilities are good. You know, maybe the legend might have one or even two good abilities, and the third ability that they have is useless. But Seer, all of his abilities are good, and they all go hand in hand with each other. So let's start this guide out and let's talk about his ultimate. Now, his ultimate is one of the best ultimates in the game, if not the best ultimate. So I wanted to start out with this because this is probably the best thing when it comes to playing Seer. If you guys saw my video, I think 2 videos ago, played Mirage on drop off, and we were playing against a Seer. Now, if you guys saw that video, you guys know that every round the enemy won was because of a Seer ult. That's how good he is as a legend. The Seer ult will change the round. It will favor you guys so much if you guys are playing Seer. So his ultimate costs 500 materials, and you get it every other round. So that means you could get it as early as round 2. And if you do use it at round 2, then you get it back at round 4. So like I said, it costs 500. You can use it every other round. And when you throw his ultimate, it's like a box, right? It's a box that covers about 30 to 35 meters, so it covers a lot of area. Some advice and tips when it comes to using his ultimate is you want to throw his ultimate behind cover or somewhere where the enemies don't have a line of sight of your ult, because the enemies can kill your ult. So don't let the enemies kill your ult. Throw it behind cover or throw it somewhere where your enemies won't see it. The 2 reasons why you want to use it is because you want to push, take advantage of his ultimate. Push the enemies with the ultimate, because you can see their footsteps. You can see the enemy's footsteps. You can see, where they're moving. Now, I will say that the enemies can avoid your Seer ult by crouching. If they're crouch walking, then they won't be seen in the Seer ult. That's just something for you guys if you guys didn't know that. But another way to use the Seer ult is for defensive purposes. So if you or your teammate is weak and you feel like you guys are about to get pushed, then throw your Seer ult. Like I said, it's going to cover 30 to 35 meters. The enemies are more than likely not going to push you guys when there's a Seer ult. And if they do, it's going to be a mistake. You guys could easily knock one or kill one. So use the Seer ult for aggressive pushes as a team, or use the Seer ult for defensive purposes. Also, Seer's ultimate, like I said in the beginning of the video, it goes hand in hand with his other abilities. Seer's ultimate definitely complements his tactical, and that's what we're going to switch over to. We're going to be talking about Seer's tactical now. Seer's tactical is called Focus of Attention. It's an ability that if you want to buy extra, you have to pay 100 materials. The game gives you one of Seer's tactical to start off with, and he throws like this, I'm gonna just say a line. He throws a line at you, at the enemies, and when he throws his tactical, if he hits, that tactical can do 4 different things, and that's what makes his tactical top tier as well, just like his ultimate. His ultimate and his tactical are top tier. So the 4 things that his tactical can do is he can highlight enemies, he can reveal the health and shields of enemies, and out of those 2, if you hit the enemies and you scan them, they are scanned for about 7 to 8 seconds. So there's 7 to 8 seconds of the enemies being highlighted throughout that whole time. You can see their health and shields. So those are the 2 things he could do. Plus the other 2 that he could do with his tactical is he could stop the revive, and he could cancel heal. So if the enemies are popping shield batteries, phoenix kits, med kits, syringes, shield cells, anything, he could cancel that. That tactical could do so many things, and it's crazy to me that Seer could do all that. Now, some tips and advice when it comes to using Seer's tactical. I highly recommend that you use his tactical as something to where if you damage the enemies a lot, or if your teammates damage the enemies a lot, then use your tactical there to highlight the enemies that they're weak. I feel like it's better to use this tactical like that instead of using it right away to scan the enemies, because if you use your tactical to scan the enemies right away, then what they're gonna do, they're just gonna hide and just wait until that tactical wears off on them. Now, unless if it's the map drop off. If it's the map drop off, then I suggest that you use your tactical right away before you enter the doors, because it will prevent the enemies to switching their game plan and maybe not going through the doors. So this gives you an advantage to go in the room quicker before your enemies, or it will also highlight the enemies and you'll have them highlighted for 7 to 8 seconds. And like I said, if they push you, you'll have information on them, and if they don't, well, that's cool because you'll have the room. So you're preventing them from going in the room with his tactical. So that's the only time I suggest if you want to use his tactical. Or actually, there's going to be another time too that I'm going to say, but we'll talk about that later in the video. Biggest reason that I want to say when it comes to using this tactical is use it when you hurt the enemy, so that you guys can push off that. And like I said earlier in the video, Seer is a legend that gives a lot of communication to yourself and to your teammates. So, and this is the reason why, if you get them on the tactical, then your teammates see that the enemies are low and they just have so much information on what the enemies are gonna do, where they're gonna go, how low they are. It just, Seer's tactical is top tier. Now let's talk about Seer's passive. Seer's passive is good as well. I think it's up there on the passives as well for one of the best passives. Seer's passive, it's low-key like a Bloodhound scan. I mean, but it's just for him though. And the reason why I say that is because you can know where the enemies are at all times. You know, all you have to do is aim your gun or hold your tactical, but don't press your tactical, but just hold your tactical. That will give you information on the circles, and they'll tell you, you know, where the enemies are. This is good in arenas because if you're going one way and if you're getting, you know, a signal that the enemies are on the other way, that could mean that there's someone trying to go to the weak side. You could tell your team to go push the other two that are on the zone side, because the enemy that you found out is on the weak side because of your Seer passive. It's also good for, you know, trying to find rats, just in case if someone's trying to rat on you. Seer's passive will help you with that and identify where those rats are. Like I said, Seer's passive is good as well, but the main thing when it comes to Seer is definitely his ultimate and his tactical. Now let's talk about the best teammates when it comes to Seer. Seer is best paired up with a Bloodhound or a Bangalore. Now the reason why I say Seer is best paired up with a Bloodhound is because if you have a Bloodhound and a Seer on the same team, you have double scan. Now this is big because the game plan that you want to do is have your Bloodhound scan in the beginning of the round. You know, you guys are both pushing, your team and the enemy team are pushing towards the middle, and your Bloodhound, he scans the enemies. Now this gives you information on where the enemies are, where they're moving. I think Bloodhound scan probably lasts about 5 to 6 seconds. I'm not 100% sure on that. You can identify where the enemies are, and then that gives you the good opportunity to use your Seer tactical. And the reason why you will want to do that is because now you have them scan for a longer time. You have them scan in the Bloodhound scan, and then now they're tagged in your Seer scan. And it's good to pair Seer with Bloodhound because you could hit your Seer tactical easier with a Bloodhound scan. And Bangalore is good as well as a teammate, because if you get the enemies in the Seer ultimate or the Seer tactical, then, and if you throw smoke, it's like you guys are cheating with hacks. You guys could see where the enemies are and they can't see you. Now the best map for Seer, in my opinion, is hands down Drop Off. Drop Off is the best map for Seer because he prevents people from going through the doors. It's a close quarters map, so Seer's ultimate is big time on that map. It's just, I feel like Seer's best map is Drop Off. Seer's also good on a lot of maps, but if I had to say one, it's definitely Drop Off. Now the best guns for Seer, this is personal preference, but for me, I'm gonna go Flatline and R301. I feel like assault rifles are better with Seer because, like I said, you want to damage the enemies first and then throw your Seer Q or your Seer tactical to identify the enemies. But yeah guys, this was the Seer guide. You guys let me know what you guys think of this video, and also let me know, is there another legend guy that you guys would like to see, I had a lot of fun playing Seer. He is a good legend, top tier legend. I highly recommend playing him. You're definitely going to frustrate your enemies, so that's what makes him good as well to play. But yeah, this was the video. You guys let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.